Space News, April 6, 2024. Hello again. Thank you for being here with me once more. I hope you are very well today. I am Marie. This information can be seen as science fiction, or as the viewer sees best, and I post it for entertainment purposes only. Still, I take my information very seriously, and for whoever has eyes to see. To start with today's news, there is confirmation that the large ring in Switzerland that likes to move little pieces of matter really fast will be activated during the eclipse. They will start to test it again exactly at that time, and this is in no way a coincidence, because as I explained in my previous video, the astral is closest to the material world during solar eclipses. I will explain artificial portals in an incoming video. This is not a place for that right now in this news space, but they are definitely up to something along the lines of opening an entrance door for more dark entities to enter Earth's material world of the living realm. I also have confirmation that space agencies will be sending at least 3 rockets into space also at that time, but only to suborbital altitudes. What is interesting is that they say they will send probes into the shadow of the Moon to monitor atmospheric perturbations along its path. And as to me, a shadow is a shadow, and nothing more. The only thing they can be probing would be changes in temperature and changes in ionospheric frequency vibrations, which are directly related to the thinning between the astral and the material world. So, connecting the dots, and knowing how things work, the satellite probes most surely are connected with the artificial ring magnetic portal in Switzerland. You know which one? Where the satellites would be providing frequency and vibration data for the operators and the computer algorithms which control the portals they are opening on that day. Remember that it is your vibration which determines what you experience, so do not fear, all of you. Positive starseeds are the negative portal neutralizers, so stay strong, happy, and meditative. I see all this as a desperate attempt to lower the existential vibration of the planet. Next news. There is more and more data coming out in unconventional internet traffic, some of which can be classified as dark web, that indicates that the vicious fires all over the planet, especially in Hawaii and in the Canary Islands, were started and guided using energy weapons. Although this is nothing new for any of us, what is the widespread knowledge of it, to the point where the powers at be are now blaming it all on Chinese satellites. As if we wouldn't know that they control both sides, so that is nothing more than another one of their tricks. But the good thing is that more and more people are realizing it is all planned and artificial. If there is more on this subject, I will keep you informed. Next news. A large Eclipse detachment arrived at the Vieira biosphere ship yesterday, to meet up with their Eclipse companions already there, and with local Galactic Federation representatives, and it is now officially known that they will conduct a series of meetings in Antarctica with Earth officials and representatives this weekend, right before the April 8 eclipse. Their timing is interesting, and although they are not calling them emergency meetings, the Eclipse abrupt presence here certainly does make them look so. When high-ranking members of this ship asked them what were the subjects for those meetings, their official answer was that they need to monitor and limit, or preferably stop the hideous rituals that will be made during that date, because their presence there would be a strong deterrent, or so they claim. You know we have reasons to believe the opposite, but I do hope they are truthful, although the Irma would never think they would ever be. This connects to the next news piece. I sent a short message to Ari, the Irma tiger, asking if they had already tried out the super large keyboard we sent them, as explained in another video. Ari said that the size of the keyboard is a great improvement over the standard human-sized ones, which are impossible for them to use as they are by far too small for their feline paws. Yet they had to improve the contact surface of the keyboard with a very resistant transparent coating, or some kind of sticker over the letters, as their claws were scratching the letters off too fast. So Ari said that they are working on that, and he said that he and Kirai Kaikotsi, the young leopard, are looking forward to a new interview soon. Ari sends you all a big hug. I still have many of your questions, with Ari's answers for at least 2 more videos, yet I have been postponing them, because the voices are hard to make, and are very time-consuming, so I need a lot of patience, and a rested mind to develop those videos, but I will release them as soon as possible. Next news. Little Yazhi, Sophia, is doing well and is fully recuperated after her last bad fall, when she slipped wearing only socks, as she was running with a plate of chocolate cookies, she took from the kitchens without anyone looking. Yazhi spends most of her time playing with her Legos, as she says that they keep her body busy, building things with them, while her mind wanders off, doing higher things, dwelling in astral planes. When asked what higher things she is doing, she only dubiously answers back, "I must animate everyone." She refuses to explain any more. Another of her games is that she plays to fly commercial airlines, like on Earth. She made no less than 11 commercial aircraft, made out of cardboard and bits of metal and plastic, some of which are over a meter long, almost as long as she is tall, and they open the roof to fit her little dolls inside. They are very detailed, and each one of them is made to the likeness of existing models in airline fleets all over the Earth. They even have little lights, and their wheels retract into their wheel wells as the real ones do. And she made them all by herself in her room, 11 of them so far, and she is now working on her 12th aircraft, a very large Airbus 380. Her game is to fill them up with her dolls, and then fly them out on a timing schedule, exactly as the real ones do, where she will walk with the toy aircraft to faraway places inside Starship Toleka, where she also made several toy landing strips. What is interesting is that, unlike other children, she does not make them have accidents or crashes, perhaps as most boys would play, I guess, because what she does is play the opposite, always wanting to be on time, and with perfectly comfortable flights, for her little dolls sitting inside. Another interesting thing to observe with her play is that it is as close to reality as possible, because she even talks between the pilots and the control towers, exactly as pilots do in real life, with the real terminology and exact details, for example following pre-established flight corridors at exact altitudes, the use of ILS or instrument landing systems and so on. For example, when on approach, she will say playing Lufthansa Flight 117, 747-400 Heavy, on approach runway West 3, on ILS, flaps full down, gear out, throttles down to 20%, exterior lights on. Altitude 920 feet AGL, requesting speed check. I must clarify, her planes don't really fly, she walks with them. And why she chooses to play with human aircraft, and not with starships, remains a mystery. Yes, I know, Sophia is weird even with her games. Next news. There have been several reports and videos about a large luminous object which flew across from France to the southern part of Spain. It is officially said to be a meteorite, or what was left of an artificial human satellite falling to Earth, but I checked out with spaceflight control in the Vieira, through Toleka's navigation deck on the bridge, and they said it was an Alfreton L-class fighter ship with severe engine failure, burning up in the atmosphere, and with another in pursuit. It is said that control over the craft was restored before it hit the ground, but not without severe hull damage. That is the official version from the Vieira, and I am only retransmitting it to you, as I don't always fully believe in their reports. This is the second incident involving Centauri Alfreton craft, in less than a week, as only a few days ago Athena Swaruu volunteered to give air cover for a rescue mission concerning another L-class Alfreton ship that crashed on a remote place in the southern tip of South America, near a place called Punta Arenas, near Magellan's Strait. When Athena Swaruu arrived there in her Suzy II fighter starship, the Alfretons were all over the crash already, rescuing their pilots and recovering what was left of the craft, so she had little to do there, other than provide air cover. Although this incident caused the loss of an L-class fighter, its 2 pilots survived the crash, only with light injuries. Centauri Alfreton L-class fighter ships are the ones commonly known as Black Knights, and are the main type of starship used by the Century and the Galactic Federation to enforce the blockade around Earth. Athena Swaruu returned to Toleka, with no further incidents to report. In other news, Starship Toleka's 4 engines were successfully replaced and tested, and appear to be working normally, all after several days of hard work, mostly done by exterior scaffolding cranes and service vehicles equipped with mechanical arms, which are part of the equipment the service starship Saska-1 has on board. This was a very difficult maneuver, as this had never been done before to such a large starship, while in deep space. The smaller destroyer-class starship, Vigilant Eagle, was also successfully serviced by Saska-1 engineers last week, and it is still being retrofitted with human communication equipment to enable it to work more effectively in Earth's orbit, as it only had Federation and Taygetan systems on board. Saska-1 will remain here for a few more weeks, before returning home to the starport orbiting planet Tema, in Taygeta. As the last piece of space news, Queen Alanim has now declassified that the Taygetan dreadnought, Starship Alcyone, will be joining Starship Toleka here in Earth orbit, to reinforce the Alcyone Council's presence in this region. Starship Alcyone belongs to the largest class of starships in the Taygetan fleet, and will remain here for a 1 Earth-year tour of service at least. The local Galactic Federation didn't express any concern at the news of Alcyone's arrival, and stated that they agreed in full with her presence, and welcomed her here. Alcyone's main task here will be starseed monitoring, besides being a strong political deterrent, and her crew will take orders directly from Queen Alanim and her close officers on board this ship, Toleka. They are said to be planning to be on social media, yet at this time they will not be openly saying who they are, as that would interfere with the work Toleka is doing, if we are not coordinated perfectly before. It is also considered not to be a good idea to flood the media with overt Taygetan presence at this time, so all the work Alcyone's crew may be doing will be masked as coming from starseeds. This directive may change at any time, yet for now, only this task force will overtly be in the media. Yet, the effects of Alcyone's presence should be felt as this year moves along, but I must repeat that they will not be contacting anyone openly at this time, so anyone in the media posing to be an Alcyone crew member must be taken as fake, unless stated otherwise, directly by me, and in this channel. Alcyone's mission here, and its presence in the media is still in experimental stages, and must also conform to Galactic Federation First Directive rules and regulations. I will keep you informed. Alcyone and its crew, as well as the one on Vigilant Eagle, will depend on Taygetan food and supply chains. This means that it will not overtax my efforts to feed and supply my family here in Toleka, because it is we, here, who are closest to Earth and its culture, and who depend on it for our food and sustenance, and not the full Taygetan crews of other starships. Toleka's crew is the one who depends on Earth for food and supplies, not the others. This will be all for today. Thank you for your kind donations, they are helping me and my family a lot. You are life changers. Remember that if you donate through Mercado Pago, which does not work for everyone, you will get a thank you confirmation message, but as it is not automated, it may take a few hours to get to you, because it is us here who are sending them out by hand. Thank you for watching my video, and for liking, sharing, and subscribing for more. And I hope to see you here next time. With much love, your friend, Mari Swaruu.